Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump just bought a luxurious $24 million mansion on a secluded Florida island. Want to know what else the couple has been up to since leaving the White House? Keep watching. Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner's lives were irrevocably changed when they joined Donald Trump in the White House, with both of them taking on jobs as federal employees.
I felt like proximity to my father and to the White House.
However, once Trump lost the 2020 election, Ivanka and Jared were left scrambling to find a foothold within a social community and a new place to call home. Kate Bennett spoke to CNN on January 15, 2021, and said that following the January 6 riot at the Capitol, Jared and Ivanka were in a panic as they looked to their future. This is going to be an extremely difficult post-White House time for them. The future is unclear. They are not going to be welcomed back to New York by their social circles. So where does this leave Ivanka and Jared socially in their post-White House chapter? While there are many who would like to see Ivanka and Jared receive their comeuppance, this might not really happen, thanks to the huge buffer around the rich. Journalist Tina Brown explained their situation to Town & Country. There is a myth around that Jared and Ivanka will be rejected socially. The rich are never rejected until they go to prison or lose their money. Once upon a time, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner were major players in New York. Ivanka attended several Met Galas all the way up to 2016, while Donald Trump was running for president. Since Trump's election, the family has been excluded from the prestigious event. Comedy team Jason Selvig and Devram Stiefler, also called the Good Liars, put up signs around New York City in 2020 with Ivanka's face that read, "Not Wanted." The Daily Beast didn't play around either, publishing an article in November 2020 with a clear message in the title, "Get lost, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner. New York City does not want you back." Others took a more nuanced approach. Journalist David Coleman told The Guardian that if Jared and Ivanka really wanted to come back, they'd have to come back to Republican New York because they won't be welcomed in liberal quarters. While Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner might have to bide their time before returning to the Big Apple, they've set up a cushy crib for themselves in Florida, which seems to be the new Trump hub. Donald and Melania Trump, along with son Barron, have made a new life for themselves at Mar-a-Lago, Trump's exclusive resort in Palm Beach. Likewise, Donald Trump Jr. and Kimberly Guilfoyle set up digs in Palm Beach, purchasing a $9.7 million Jupiter home, according to the Palm Beach Post. So it's one big family reunion. Ivanka and Jared seem to have trumped the Trumps with the most expensive real estate, snatching up a $24 million mansion on Indian Creek Island, a secluded area relegated to A-listers and billionaires. Apparently, they closed on the estate on April 13, 2021, so if it's a real estate competition within the real estate family, Ivanka and Jared definitely won. And while they might be on the outs with New York, they're not exactly alone among the palm trees, nor are they isolated to a social community made up only of family members. The couple has some very famous neighbors and might just be able to create a new elite world in Florida. Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner bought their gigantic estate on Indian Creek Island from billionaire Alex Morello, who bought the Arizona Coyotes in 2019. Jared and Ivanka's home purchase came after they had already bought up 2 nearby acres of land from Julio Iglesias at $32.2 million. The empty plot is part of the area's billionaire bunker, per the Daily Mail. Ivanka and Jared are in some pretty posh company on the island, not to mention exclusive. Forbes noted in 2021 that the total population of Indian Creek was a scant 86 residents. But its smallness does not mean obscurity. Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen purchased a $17 million home on the island in 2020. Wall Street legend Carl Icahn also calls the island home. While the Trumps like to stick close together, as evidenced by their mass exodus to Florida, so do the Kushners. Jared's younger brother Josh Kushner and wife supermodel Karlie Kloss purchased a $23.5 million home in Miami, which is mere minutes away from Jared and Ivanka's home. So while Ivanka and Karlie have reportedly had a frosty relationship in the past, things might be warming up in the Sunshine State. Hey, social beggars can't be choosers. While we know the real estate situation for Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner in Florida, what has she actually been up to since leaving the White House? Ivanka has remained considerably elusive, but she was seen in March 2021, marking her first public appearance since her departure from Washington, D.C., opting for a charitable outing. Ivanka spent the day in Apopka, Florida, at Farmers to Families Food Box, handing out boxes of food to disenfranchised families in the area, according to People. Later in the day, Ivanka continued offering food, this time making deliveries to people who weren't able to get to Farmers to Families. She also visited the Lifeboat Project, a nonprofit organization that serves survivors of human trafficking. The organization shared photos of Ivanka at their location and on Facebook. They began their post by saying, "Please keep all personal or opinionated political commentary off this post, in respect towards our survivors and agency." The nonprofit rightly asked people to keep their focus on the importance of the organization. And regardless of political views, Ivanka's presence at the Lifeboat Project did bring major attention to the very worthy organization. Ivanka Trump was by Donald Trump's side consistently during his presidential term. However, following their departure from the White House, Ivanka hasn't been seen around her dad. Trump himself has been busy with rallies, even asking his followers to get the COVID-19 vaccine. He's been spotted a number of times at Mar-a-Lago, golfing, greeting fans, and having dinner. But Ivanka has kept her distance. CNN suggests that the reason for Ivanka's notable remoteness is because Trump was complaining endlessly about the election results, and Ivanka, as well as husband Jared Kushner, got tired of hearing it.
There are definitely times when I was younger, I was going, "Did you have to say that, Dad?"
The Trumps have frequently enjoyed doing things as a group, but after the White House, the familial relationship shifted for Ivanka and Jared. A source told CNN they weren't around for the usual spring and summer events at Mar-a-Lago. A plausible reason for this could also be that Ivanka and Jared want to forge their own political and business futures, and realized that they'd have a better shot away from Trump. The New York Times added that Jared wanted space to write a book, and would prefer a relationship with Trump where he's just an in-law. Conversely, Donald Trump Jr., the eldest of the Trump kids, has stepped up to play a major role of offering public support for his father. Don Jr. was around during Trump's presidency, but not in as public a way as Ivanka was. It seems that the siblings have traded places for the moment. While Ivanka Trump was extremely active on social media during Donald Trump's presidency, things have drastically changed since her family is no longer in the White House. In 2021, her Twitter posts stopped after a May tweet about getting vaccinated. Her message about getting vaccinated was also repeated on Instagram, and since this, she's been quiet on all platforms for months. Her silence is extra strange since she's still been a topic of conversation in the media. Just because she's gone silent doesn't mean others have stopped talking about her. Rumors have not stopped about her potential run for office, but as The Independent notes, she's remained quiet about the subject, along with everything else. While the Trumps love family promotion on social media, Ivanka Trump skipped a commemoration of Donald Trump on Father's Day in 2021. She didn't even share a message on Twitter for Jared Kushner. Instead, she was completely silent, but thanks to some internet sleuthing, the good people of Twitter figured out what she did for the big day. The Patriots Point Naval and Maritime Museum in South Carolina shared a photo on Twitter of Ivanka, Jared, and their son Joseph touring the site. It was an unusual silence on Ivanka's part. In contrast, on Father's Day 2020, she shared a throwback photo of herself as a baby being cradled by Trump in ski gear. While we might be curious about Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner's bumpy transition back to real life after the White House, there's certainly no reason to feel sorry for them. Obviously, considering their big spending on Indian Creek Island as they scoop up multiple properties, they've got the cash to make a comfortable life for themselves wherever they end up. According to an analysis by Citizens for Ethics, Ivanka and Jared made anywhere from $172 million to $640 million while they were in the White House. Their huge income came, of course, after they announced that they would not accept salaries as federal employees. And unsurprisingly, their monstrous income was checkered with scandals. Ivanka claimed that her fashion brand had been shuttered, but meanwhile, a trademark allowed for sales in Canada after this big announcement. Citizens for Ethics also notes that she received several trademarks from the Chinese government while at the White House. While there isn't as much news about their income since they left Washington, D.C., it's clear that Ivanka and Jared know how to take care of themselves and won't want for a thing. It's not all money and real estate properties for Ivanka Trump. In August, Ivanka was spotted in Florida taking a walk with daughter Arabella, Fox News reported. The public sighting was, of course, a rare one, and an insider told the outlet that a major reason for Ivanka's withdrawal from the public is to focus on, quote, family time. It does seem like an appealing reprieve after her and Jared Kushner's busy White House schedules. Even before Ivanka joined Donald Trump in Washington, she kept her days moving at a good clip. In 2014, back when she was running her clothing brand, she broke down her typical day with Harper's Bazaar, saying she woke up at 6 a.m. and often runs on too little sleep. To ensure she got some kid time in, Ivanka said she kept a once-a-week lunch date with Arabella so they could have some quality time together. Perhaps the ultimate question to ask about Ivanka Trump in her post-White House period is her return to politics. Will she try to enter that arena again?
Running for office is not something I want to be doing, no.
While there's no way of definitively answering that question now, many accounts speculate that there is a real possibility. This theory is only amplified by the rumors that Donald Trump is preparing for a 2024 run.
Have you made up your mind?
Yes.
Politico said that should Trump choose to run again, he will go unchallenged in the Republican primaries. So all that's left is choosing a vice president, and Trump has no interest in aligning with Mike Pence again. This means that there's a very real possibility he's looking at Ivanka. It almost happened during his first run. Per Rick Gates' book, Wicked Game, an insider's story on how Trump won, Mueller failed, and America lost, Trump wanted Ivanka on the ballot. Gates quoted Trump saying, "Ivanka should be vice president. She's bright, she's smart, she's beautiful, and the people would love her." If Trump wanted Ivanka as his running mate the first time, it's highly probable he'd want her again. Vanity Fair noted in March 2021 that Trump wanted a female vice president, and he obviously prefers to give important roles to his family. The outlet also said that Jared Kushner would be open to the idea. So in her post-White House life, Ivanka might be silently biding her time, preparing for her next big move. Or she's officially a snowbird and setting up a life in Florida. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.